Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated. It's Mary Jane. Let's talk about Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta Season 2, Episode 15. It goes in, it goes down. I'm just like, whoa, what is going on? Masika is over here creeping on Bow Wow, knowing that she didn't want nobody creeping on Fetty Wap, even though Fetty Wap was community property. I'm like, come on, girl, what is really going on? And Bow Wow moving on as fast as he is, talking about 30 girls, talking about, he's famous, he's rich, he's this, he's that. He got women all over the place, inviting other women to a magazine. Premiere was supposed to be about him and his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend Kiyomi. I was like, no, that's salt. That's just, opening a wound and throwing salt in it. Because when Kiyomi sees this, she's going to be like, damn, this is bad for business. And, Shania and Ayana already knew from the get-go that it wasn't going to last because of how Bow Wow is. Did you hear the Brat talking about that Lil Mama got a bad attitude and she disrespected the legends? And that's why half of the people and the industry don't mess with her. I was like, damn, she got blackballed for that? For real. And MC Light, when the Brat met, and Brat was like, oh, so you married? Like, you really married out here in these streets? So let's get started. I start off with Bow Wow. He is with his boy Pimpin' and another dude. We'll call him the club promoter because I didn't catch his name at all. So basically, Bow is telling them what went on, what went down, that, Kiyomi ripped his t-shirt. She was mad. She was upset. She was crying like a baby. My girlfriend is a big baby and all that other stuff. And she was yelling. She was angry because, she was waiting in the studio so long. She's insecure. And he was like, I didn't even party that much. I was like, whoa, so that's what we doing? And so Bow Wow was like, Kiyomi reminds me of Joy, my baby's mother, all that drama, being insecure, want to know what I'm doing, who I'm doing it with, and how I'm doing it. I was like, but Bow, you have a track record of cheating. That's number one. And you decided to date someone that's way younger than you and don't have the exposure that you have, didn't grow up rich, didn't grow up like you did, because even though you helped put that silver spoon in your mouth, she doesn't know what a silver spoon is. She's just working, and so she's young-minded. She don't know, so you have to keep that in mind too as well, which what the Brat told you too as well, that she's young. She don't know, you know what I mean? And if you don't want these type of problems, then you start dating people that are on your level, that's making the same amount of money that you are making, just like even though Masika is shady for this, she was like, Bow, you date down, I date up. I was like, Masika, you mad shady for that, but Bow, what are you thinking? Like, you are, extending yourself to somebody that doesn't have much, that's never seen the type of money that you've seen, never been to places that you've been, don't have the fame, don't have the exposure. This is not, hasn't been around the world back again and been in movies, on TV shows, and people want to take pictures and like you and love you, and you can always got a bag coming your way. She doesn't know that kind of stuff. She only knows, like, a little bit of relationship, a little bit of here and there. Probably the hottest person she dated was, the street dude in her neighborhood that was a kingpin, or somebody that was selling mad material or whatever. She don't know the lifestyle that you know, so you have to keep that in mind too as well. You got to keep in mind that you in your 30s and she's in her early 20s, and she hasn't been in a serious relationship or in a relationship with an older man, probably with a child too as well, even though sometimes you act very immature, Bow. So we have that situation. So Bow's still telling his story, talking about, I don't know if I'm single again. I don't know. Kiyomi packed up her stuff. She moved out the house and she's gone. I was mean to her. I did call her all types of names. I did say she was a bum, and he didn't say that, but he said that he did say mean things to her. He said hurtful things, the things that he said to her that, it was like punching her in the face, basically. So Bow Wow, got down and he belittled her. Would he want anybody to belittle his daughter or treat his daughter the way he treated this young woman? This young woman got a mother and a father and a brother, and maybe this is her, way of trying to get into the limelight, and she likes to be in entertainment because she is on Wild and Out. She wants to be, in a popular culture. She wants to be a social media, guru or whatever, and her way is with you or whatever. So it is what it is. So now we got Kiyomi. She's at somebody's crib. She's at some crib, and she's talking to a friend, basically saying that, Bow left her there at the studio. He didn't come there until like 5 a.m. and she had to call his mom and tell him what was going on. And Bao was like, yeah, she called my mom too. I don't know why she called your mom, because she probably was out of control. And Kiyomi was like, I felt scared. I felt nervous. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't feel protected, And so basically she felt like, and Bow Wow calling her a bum and saying all this other stuff about her. And then also my last review, I put up in the slideshow that Bow was talking to Masika, and he actually did call Kiyomi a bum and saying that she's broke and she don't got no money and I was going to buy her a car. So Bow, you dangle these little gifts in her face, and then on top of that, she accept these gifts, and she needs to accept that you are out here, getting messed up, getting drunk, because when you are smoking all that weed and you're drinking all that alcohol and you're in the club and you got girls that are ready and willing to give it to you and you're under the influence, it's easier for you to cheat on her and just say, oh man, my bad, it was just one of them rough nights. And then on top of that, the dudes that you running with don't respect your relationship and don't want you in a relationship because they're single. So Bow, you need to also limit the people that you hang around with and get people that are in relationships. And then Bow also said that JD told him that you can never have one woman in this and this industry, especially when you have fame and power. And Bob was like, it's like a gift and a curse, having fame, having power, having people, having the success that you want, can have all the women you want. There's a different woman any night and all this other stuff. So basically, Bow is not really he's not really 100% ready to settle down. He was at the moment. And then he gets around his friends. He gets to drink, and people, his yes men that are around him that are living off of his coattail, they're getting into places for free. And actually, you just getting the red carpet treatment basically and getting VIP access to as well. They don't want to let that go. They don't want you in a house. They don't want you in a house chilling with your girl. They want you out there in the streets with them, puffing on that loud in the studio, working, girls everywhere. And I was just like, damn. So basically, in that situation, I believe that Kiyomi, she shouldn't have been at the studio waiting for him until 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, mother freaker, if it's like 2:30, you know what I'm saying? What time did Bao leave? And then Bao had the nerve to say, oh, when I left, the house, she was all cool. And then when I get into the studio, she's all mad. And that's what I said to her, because you got her at the studio waiting. You promised that you wasn't going to be drinking. You said that your stomach hurt, you feel sick, so you're not going to drink or whatever. And you're going to meet her at the studio. You guys are going to work on some music. And so she's sitting at the studio waiting for you. I wouldn't have been waiting on your ass. I would have bounced. I would have left. I would have either went out myself, or I would have went home and went to sleep. So if Kiyomi didn't stay at the studio, she wouldn't have had that argument with you, Bao. But that argument was going to happen regardless. And Bao, like, you was disrespectful. You knew she was waiting on you. Why did you keep drinking? Why did you keep partying? You just had to give in. You've been partying and drinking and looking at females your whole life, and females been throwing themselves at you your whole life. So why couldn't you just leave early? And matter of fact, why couldn't you just take Kiyomi with you? Like, you got to explain to her, like, hey, listen, this is the lifestyle. This is what happens. This is how we get money. This is how you get money too. You get cool with my fans. Most of my fans are female fans. You come through, you take pictures with them. They hug me, you hug them. You got to teach her. You got to train her to let her know what's the right protocol to do, because you can't be in a house you can't be in a house 24/7, and you got to be out here, with engagements and taking pictures and photos with your fans. And you should bring your girl along too as well. But you try to do like little slick shit, so that's why she don't trust you. And the shit that you're doing with Masika, the shit that you're doing with, Lil Mama on the low, you know what I'm saying? But pimping likes Lil Mama. So I think, I wouldn't have called Bao's mother, but she felt some type of way. If she was able to leave the studio, I would have left the studio. I wouldn't have stayed there. And if I was really determined to make it in this business and be in an entertainment business or whatever she wants to do, make music or whatever, I would have made music with you. We would have been making music all night. You know what? If I was Kiyomi, I would have took a nap in the studio. I would have went to sleep, wait for him to come and make music, and hopefully get the right to the music, get the rights to that music, and then put it out or whatever, or be like, yo, Bao, release this music, or I'm gonna release this music or whatever. Like, sometimes you gotta suck it up and just deal with some shit. Like, sometimes you gotta do some shit that you don't want to do to get somewhere too as well. And you can't think that a man is gonna pamper you, especially a man like Bao, when he can have any woman replace you. And I think that's the issue. If Kiyomi, if you could just understand, if you would believe that you can't be replaced, then you'll be all right. Like, he would never have another love like you. That's how you have to think about yourself. You got to have that high self-esteem, and you can't let him know that, oh, I'm waiting on you, or what you doing, whatever, because, that's insecurity. And even though Bao doesn't help with that, it could run somebody away. And then also, you can't put your all your eggs in one basket. Don't, you know what I mean? It's just like, don't make Bow Wow your life. You know what I mean? You chill with him, you hang out with him, you make the music. And I don't even think Kiyomi is sad that she's broken up with Bow Wow. I think she's sad because not that opportunity and working in the studio and being on TV and being connected to a celebrity to help her build her portfolio is also gone too as well. So I think that's the biggest thing. And I think she probably has some regrets in the way that she handled the situation, but she's young. How does she know to get around the business? Like, she need to, Bow Wow's like, you should have treated Bow Wow like a job with love. That's about it. So we have that situation, and Bow, he's kind of feeling a certain type of way because now they got this Roll Up magazine premiere, and it's about him and Kiyomi. Like, girl, you should have kept your foot in the door. You was already sleeping with him, so you should have just kept your foot in the door. Some men cheat, whatever. If he cheats, he cheats, but make sure you have your foot on his neck, that he's not cheating, but you also give him space to do his thing too as well. And also keep in mind what your goal and your focus is too. But it is what it is. So supposedly they're broken up, they're not together, and it seems like Masika is sliding into them DMs. She's sliding in there with Bow Wow, basically talking about, Kiyomi's this, Kiyomi's that. She's jealous, and basically I'm just like, damn. So Bow says that he needs a girl that doesn't want IG followers, that doesn't want to take pictures, that doesn't want him to help her with her career. Then you have to date somebody your age and somebody that's in the business, or somebody that's already has a career and their career is not in entertainment. So let's see if that happens. And so we get, So then we get to, Lil Mama. Lil Mama, she's doing her thing. Lil Mama, she looks nice. She's preparing. She wants to be in music. She wants to make music, and she's trying her best to do that too as well. So we get to the magazine party. We get out to the rollout party, or the reveal of the magazine with Kiyomi and Bow. And Bow sees Shania and Ayana and Amy. And basically, Ayana is questioning him like, what's going on? Where's Kiyomi? And Ayana was in her confessional talking about something's going on with Bow and Kiyomi, because she'll be here in front of all these cameras. I caught that shade. And so Shania and Ayana thinks that Bow is lying, because the way that Kiyomi doesn't like Bow to be out by himself and all that other good stuff, and she always want to be right next to him. And this premiere of this magazine has something to do with her too as well, especially that she's trying to be a model. Why is she not here? And Bow Wow is not really saying what he's supposed to say. He's really trying to say that, oh, she's home, she's doing this, she's doing that. And basically they're like, he's lying. They was like, what you do, Bow? Bow was like, I'll take the blame for it. Yeah, you got to take the blame for it, because you said you wasn't going to be drinking, and you said you was going to show up at the studio. You did show up at the studio, but you said you was going to show up early, and you wasn't going to get messed up, and you got messed up. You got tore up to the floor. It's like you do something that you always do. Like, it's not like it's new. This relationship with you and Kiyomi is new, even though I think at this time these guys have been together for a year. So we have that situation. And then we have the Brat. She shows up. She sees Lil Mama, and she doesn't like Lil Mama. She says she got a stank attitude, that she's nasty, and she don't want to F with her, and she's going to stay her distance from her. I was like, damn, it's like that, Brat? Usually you don't hear Brat talking about anybody like that. So I guess Lil Mama done rubbed, Brat the wrong way, and Brat is not feeling her. But like, damn, Brat, give the little girl a chance. But Brat did give her a chance. When she came to the radio station, was like, she had that stank attitude. I was like, whoa. So we get it like that. And so we have Bow. He goes to talk to the Brat, and Brat is telling him the same thing. Hey, listen, Bow was like, yo, I got to tell you, what's going on with me and Kiyomi. Brat was like, we always choose your side because it's you, and her confessionals. But always, Bow wants to be in a relationship one time. Next time he doesn't want to be in a relationship. He's in love one minute, next minute he's not in love. Well, we always choose his side. And so he explains to her what happened with the club, the studio situation where he didn't show up. And she was like, she's young. She don't understand. She hasn't been around people like you. She don't know our lifestyle. She don't know how we live. And people probably was posting. And Bow was like, yeah, some of the girls was taking pictures, and it was like they posted, and she's sitting at the studio waiting for you. And you knew that was going to happen. You knew them girls took pictures with you, and they was going to post it to IG, post it to Twitter, post it to Snapchat. You already knew that was going to happen, because it happens to you a million times over and over and over. And you knew she was sitting there at the studio waiting for you, but you wanted to show that you have power and control, and you wanted to look cool and tough with your boys, Yeah. But, Pimpin', he wants Lil Mama. He wants to see Lil Mama. He wants to get in I don't know if he likes Lil Mama, he's attracted to her, or he wants to get her on some beats. He wants to make some money with Lil Mama. It seems like Pimpin' want to make money with her and also go on a date, but it seems like she's feeling Bow's boy, even more the club promoter. So it is what it is with that situation. So Bao is breaking down the story to the Brat, and he's kind of getting it. He's kind of not, Bao is immature, but she said if you're gonna get back with Kiyomi, don't have sex with, don't F 16 B words tonight, and then try to say, oh, I'm sorry, I had sex with 16 other people. Like if you're gonna get back with her, don't mess with nobody else. Like, it's crazy how people can just really jump to other relationships, but sometimes you gotta be that way. Even if you're not famous, you gotta let go. You gotta keep moving. Sometimes it's hard to do that too as well, especially when you're really connected to the person, and they're even more connected because they're not using protection at all. So you have all that connection going on with his semen and her semen. So, that makes it even closer. That makes a bond even more closer. But to Bao, his semen's been in everybody, so it's no big deal. But for her, she's still young and haven't been around the block 1,000 times, in my opinion. So she's even more connected. And plus, she's also in love with the dude too as well, because he's shown when someone can show you a whole different lifestyle and give you everything that you want and desire, and you ain't never seen before, and you live in a mansion, and you can go to a studio anytime. You love that you fall in love with them for that too as well. And then once that's gone, you miss the opportunity. Now you got to pay for your own studio time. Now you don't have anybody helping you or coaching you with music, with pimping, and with Bao. Just the training that you would get in the music with Bao. And he's been doing it since he was a kid until now. So he knows how to help other people because he knows how it felt for him when he was a kid and how it feels for him as an adult too as well. So, that's 2 opportunities that she feel like is gone. But sometimes you need your sanity. If you can't deal with the pressure and deal with the situation that Bao's going to put you in, you just got to walk away. You just got to leave. And so that is what it is. But we see Lil Mama. She sits down. She talks to Ayana. And Ayana tells her about fashion and her clothing design and how she's having a fashion show. Lil Mama says she's going to come. Lil Mama says she's about that fashion. And they have a nice kiki. They have a nice conversation. Everything is cool. It don't even seem like Lil Mama have an attitude. And we know Ayana's kind of tough. And we know Lil Mama's tough. But they sit there and it was just cool with each other, had a conversation. And I was like, Ayana, you can sing. You don't want to sing because of your father. So, and then Little Mom was like, you're a rebel. You're a rebel. So it is what it is with that situation. I was like, oh shit, Ayana, you can sing. So Ayana doesn't want to sing because her father wants her to sing. That's selfish too as well. And that's another lane that you can create money. You could be singing while people are watching your fashions too as well. And your father can help you with the music. But I guess she wants to do things on her own. She doesn't understand how hard it is to really do things on your own. Like if your father wasn't in the picture, period, you probably wouldn't be on this show at all. And you wouldn't have the fashion, you wouldn't have your fashion company because he helped you start it. So, give in to your father a little bit. You don't gotta be so hardcore. But I think it traumatized her about being on tour and probably her father being away and dealing with all the different people. Because she was like, she don't really want to deal with the music. And she just has memories of her father being on tour and things like that. So it's probably not a good idea she thinks it's not a good idea, but you got to deal with them situations, deal with them feelings, let it go, and let us see you sing. We done seen you have a breast reduction. Let us see you sing, baby. And so we move on to the Brat now, and then also the girls from the club show up to the rolling out party. How disrespectful is that shit? So then we move on. We got MC Light. She meets up with the Brat, and the Brat basically finds out that MC Light's married. She's like, whoa, like you on that side of the team now? That's how I took it. And then the Brat was like, I got a management company, and Little Mama is my client. And she was like, oh, I don't like Little Mama. Little Mama came up and she was disrespectful. She was mean. She was rude. She didn't want to talk about the Jay-Z situation. She didn't act like she didn't want to answer questions and talk about things or whatever. And she just had a stink attitude, and she left a negative aura or impression on everybody in the studio that, okay, we really don't want to work with her. We don't want to do business with her. Basically, and the Brat was like, people really don't want to mess with you because you disrespect Beyonce. And then when the Brat said was like, yo, when Little Mama went on stage, Beyonce tried to grab her and stop her, and she went like that to Beyonce. She did that to Beyonce? Come on, Little Mama. But that was how many years ago? So the Brat took that to an offense. You can tell the Brat is in a beehive, straight up. The Brat is in a beehive. And so she was mad disrespectful to, Beyonce. Beyonce tried to stop her, and she did it anyway. And she acts like she don't want to talk about it. And so, the Brat was telling, MC Light that, she's her favorite rapper. She's like the top 5, blah, blah, blah. So we move on from that situation. MC Light meets up with Lil Mama. Basically tell Lil Mama, you're going to have to talk about the Jay-Z situation. The Brat didn't bring that up, but the Brat told me you got an aura. And you leave bad tastes in people's mouth, and when you leave, it's bad energy, it's negative energy. So we need to soften that up, and you need to talk about it. And the Brat says that she's been locked up, she's filing for bankruptcy, and the Brat has to talk about her being locked up and going to prison over and over and over. So what makes you think that you can't talk about the Jay-Z situation? So Lil Mama doesn't want to talk about it, but when you're known for something, any interview and every interview you go to, people are going to want to know the same question, ask you the same thing. It's just like, it just is what it is. When you watch The Breakfast Club, you watch Joe Buttons, when they interview people and they're known for something, that's what people are going to ask you for. That's what people are going to ask you about, what you are known for, and then other stuff. So basically, MC Light is trying to let Lil Mama know that she can talk about the situation, cease the situation, and promote herself as well, giving her some techniques to use. And, Lil Mama was like, that's so old, I want to talk about it. I know. Like, damn, could a mother sucker get a second chance? Could I get a second chance? Like, come on. So she gonna have to deal with that Jay-Z and Beyonce situation forever. Forever, ever. I remember her from the Jay-Z and the Jay-Z walking on stage, and then the crying with, Charlamagne the God making her cry. That was terrible. And that went viral. So then moving on from that situation, we have Shania and Ayana in the car talking, and we got Shania, basically talking about Willie and how, like, she got the GPS on him, and she's kind of jealous a little bit because he's out there with the college girls, and she's feeling a certain type of way. Ayana was like, if Amy was out there with them college girls, I'll be in college right with her. I was like, Ayana, you were too much. And then she ends up calling Bao's girl. She ends up calling Kiyomi because she didn't show up to roll out, and she wanted to know if she's going to show up to the fitting for the fashion show because she's going to be in her fashion show. And she called Kiyomi. Kiyomi spilled the beans that me and Bow Wow, we broke up and everything. She was like, oh my God, I didn't want to know all that. And so it is what it is. Now the secret is out there. It's out. Bow Wow and Kiyomi is over. They don't have no relationship. And Ayana and Shania is like, whoa, shit, I didn't know it was going to end that quick, that soon. We thought that, they really had something. Even Shania was like, I thought they was building. She was like, I thought they was going to be together for a little bit longer than that. And so Kiyomi's still going to show up for the modeling gig. I'm glad, because in real life, when you break up or when people pass away and people die in your family, the world don't stop. You got to keep moving. You got to go to work. You got to do what you got to do. You got to take care of what you need to take care of. So she's still going to do that. So that's cool. And then we get none other than Masika showing up to Bow Wow's house because they was texting each other at the rollout show. And so it is what it is with that situation. Masika shows up to Bow house. They in there. She was like, I haven't been here for 10 years. Like, I really love you, Bow. I got love for you. You know what I'm saying? I've been knowing you for so long or whatever, and you shouldn't be in a relationship like that. I was like, come on, Masika, why are you hating? You just told Miss Deb that when you see Jhonni, that you're going to confront her about the situation when she was texting Fetty Wap and wanted to get up with him and hang out with him, and she was saying hi to you but trying to sleep with your man. It seems like you're doing the same thing with Bow and Kiyomi, so miss me with that shit. And then Miss Deb wanted Jhonni and Masika to do a song together, and Masika was like, no, I can't. Why? Fetty belonged to everybody. Fetty's still having babies after you. How many more babies did Fetty have after you guys stopped messing? And then you were still sleeping with him when he was sleeping with everybody else without protection. So you a nasty bitch. Even though I love you, Masika, and I'm glad you on the show. So we have that situation. I just don't like the way she's playing these games. Like, she's mad at Jhonni, but yet the same thing Jhonni was doing, she's doing it to Kiyomi. And she's basically letting Bow Wow know that Kiyomi blocked me. Yeah, she blocked you because she know you a bloodsucker. She know who you are. She know what you was about. She ain't jealous of you like that. And she was like, oh, she's jealous because when you posted a picture of Kiyomi and you, everybody said that she looked like a younger version of Masika or a broke down version of Masika. I was like, people probably did say that too as well. And then probably when Kiyomi, did the research on you, Masika, she probably felt like, you know what? Let me just stay away from this girl. And then now knowing that you have a friendship with Bao, and look how you coming in and look how you talking about Kiyomi and dissing her. You didn't even try to befriend her. Okay, yeah, she blocked you. You should have had Bao have dinner with you and her, meet up and talk and introduce you. And that's what Bao should have done. Bao should introduce Kiyomi to, Masika and, Lil Mama, like he did with Ayana and Shania, instead of like trying to hide something. It's like Bow Wow was trying to hide stuff from the beginning. And that's why she's insecure. And that's why she's questioning things, because you're not actually being 100% open with her, Bow. So it is what it is. The frogs was mating in the yard. Bow already said earlier in his confessional that if Masika want to get it, she can get it. She can get it tonight. She can get it tomorrow. She can get it next week because he's single. Peace. I'm out. One love. Please like, comment, subscribe. Share the video. It would be greatly appreciated. Peace. One love to my peeps and my peoples.